You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello and welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Actors. I cannot wait to share the secret behind auditions that land A-list actors big roles, because despite where they are in their career, all you need to do is rinse and repeat what they are doing for you to keep inching forwards with your own acting career. Now, before we dive into this, I want to invite you to something special. I am teaching a free online method acting class on emotional mastery, and it is this Sunday, the 28th of September, 6:30pm till 8:30pm UK time, and we are going to cover how to simplify emotional work so you can connect to real, powerful emotions every rehearsal, every take, and every self-tape without overthinking, without forcing, just genuinely being in the moment, having an honest emotional experience. You are going to leave the class feeling re-energized, nourished, and with tools that you can use right away to make your next performance your best performance yet. If you haven't signed up already, the link is in the show notes, or you can go to bit.ly/authentic emotion. That's bit.ly/authentic emotion. Come and join us. So today I want to talk about auditions, the moments that can make or break an actor's career. We sometimes think that the A-list actors that we admire are somehow different from us, that they've got some magic ingredient that we don't. But the truth is, the actors who land those career-defining roles often do so not because they've had months of preparation, but because they had the ability to connect deeply, truthfully, authentically in the room. And one of my all-time favourite examples of this is Rachel McAdams' audition for The Notebook. A few years ago, I interviewed a casting director and I asked him, have you seen this audition? And this is actually on the podcast. And he said no. And I could not stop talking about it because it was everything that he was talking about, what he wants to see in actors. And I said to him, oh, you must go and watch this audition because you will be taken on such a journey that you'll forget you're watching an audition. And that's what he said. When he is auditioning actors, he wants to forget that he's in an audition room. He wants to go on a journey. And that's exactly what Rachel McAdams does. Now, Rachel had already made waves with Mean Girls in 2004, but it was The Notebook that completely solidified her as an industry powerhouse. And what's really fascinating about her audition for The Notebook is that she didn't have very long to prepare for that audition. She said herself that she'd read the script, connected instantly with the character and saw herself in that character, learned the lines and showed up. And you can actually see her audition on YouTube and it is completely breathtaking. What she does is she cycles the panel through a plethora of emotions. She's not performing them. She is living them. She's living through the scene as if this was her reality. And that is what hooked the casting director, and that is what made her stand out. She didn't have weeks to obsess, analyse, intellectualise. What she had was a way of connecting to herself, to her imagination, and to her lived experience. And this is where method acting comes in. At the heart of method acting, it's about merging life experience with imagination. and using simple exercises to make that connection come to life, usable, on demand, whenever you need it. And we use exercises such as sense memory, which is recreating the sensory truth of an experience, or personalisation, which is making the character's circumstances yours. We use rampaging, which is freeing the voice and the energy and the emotion in flow. And we use affective memory, which returns us to an authentic emotional experience, and we repurpose it for the scene to create truth on demand. Now, when you practice these consistently, these exercises start to live in your body like a second skin. So when you walk into an audition, even if you've had just a few hours with the script, you don't panic. You don't overthink. You don't stress about the lines. Because instead, you lean on tools that you've embodied, just like Rachel McAdams did. I always say, and I preach this to my students no end, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes progress. And repetition is the mother of success. It's one of my all-time favourite quotes, and I say it on repeat, no pun intended. If you want to get to the level where your work is moving people, then you need to not only learn these exercises, but you need to repeat them enough times that they become your instinct. So those exercises again, and this is not an exhaustive list, but some of these method acting exercises are sense memory, personalisation, rampaging, and affective memory. And what they are doing, to recap, they are allowing you to merge your life experience with your imagination. Now, you already have life experience. You already have an incredible imagination. The two just need tweaking with those exercises. And to drive this point home a little bit more, I watched a Denzel Washington speech this morning that struck me to the core. What he said in this speech when he was accepting an award for one of his roles was, without commitment, you'll never start. Without consistency, you'll never finish. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. And that's it, isn't it? Your job as an actor is to keep striving, keep growing, keep showing up. Because that is how you inch closer to your breakthrough role. That's how you land the role that shifts everything for you. And it only takes one role for that to happen. And you never know where that role is going to be. So if you've ever doubted yourself because you didn't feel ready, remember Rachel McAdams didn't feel perfectly ready either when she was auditioning for The Notebook. She'd had very little time to prepare it. But what she was committed, connected, and consistent. And that is the difference. And that's exactly what we're going to be working on in my free class this coming Sunday. I am going to be giving you the tools to unlock emotional power, to simplify your process, and to walk into auditions knowing you absolutely can deliver, no matter how much or how little prep time you've had. So here is your personal invitation to come and join me on Sunday the 28th of September, 6:30pm till 8:30pm UK time. The class is online and there is a link in the show notes. Or you can go to bit.ly/authentic emotion to get your free place. Do not miss it. This could be the turning point in your acting journey. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors Handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.